This is just going to be a quick video on this MSD Pro-Billet distributor with MSD 6AL ignition box, and how we kind of resolve this issue we found with the idle hanging up, well, high idle, basically the advance weights hanging up. So we pulled the distributor out to inspect it. First we checked the gear for wear pattern. Next we checked the mounting height of the distributor gear using the MSD spec, which is 3 inches 995 to 4 inches 005 inches. This one's kind of right in the spec, just on the tight side. Real important to make sure that the spacing between the gear and the distributor body is right, otherwise this distributor gear will bind up when everything gets hot under load, and that will also cause the advance shaft to bind up. So what we found was a lot of corrosion, which is kind of typical for these MSD distributors. They have a lot of ionized air from spark arcing, particularly with the multi-spark feature of the MSD box. And that corrosion can, over time, well, this is a 2011 distributor based on the stamp right over there. Over time, the corrosion kind of builds up and you get this rust and gunk that actually causes the return mechanism. It's going to be hard to do this with one hand, but the return mechanism, okay, I'm going to have to put the camera down and put this into the car to show you, but the return mechanism binds up and you don't have this free complete return to no mechanical advance, as you come off the throttle and the RPMs decrease or the engine's at idle. So that typically, if it's sitting over here, is going to be an advanced position. So you're going to see erratic timing, like you set your timing at say 12, 14 degrees initial, and you notice it kind of hangs up at 16, 18, what have you. And obviously that's going to cause your idle to high idle. So you might be setting your idle at say 850, 900, and then you find it kind of hangs up around 1,000, and then we'll go back down and you'll find this erratic idle. First place to look is the advanced mechanism hanging up. So what we did here is cleaned all the rust and gunk, cut off everything that we could as thoroughly as possible, and then basically just used a very simple 3-in-1 penetrating oil and got the oil down inside here under the reluctor wheel. If you pull that up, you'll see that movement down there under the reluctor wheel. Get the oil in there, down the shaft, flip it up and down to get it both to lubricate up and down the shaft, and then the same thing here underneath this mechanism, underneath this plate, to try to get it down between the obviously the advance weight plate and the actual shaft. But totally freed it up. I think that is the fix for this distributor. Obviously we try to clean most of the excess oil out of here so it doesn't fling everywhere, but looks a lot better with oil in there. Everything's nice and shiny and clean. Got all the rust deposits out of there. Cleaned the cap rotor, set the correct height for the rotor tab. I'll put this thing back in and retime the motor, and should be good to go.